Another detour from my power walk in the contemplative forest, and this time I found another place for us to go. Of course, there's a bench for you here, so you can watch this beautiful serene sight here while I talk about a new subject. And the subject today is how we are enslaved by our habits, controlled by our context. Let me explain that. Anything that we repeat becomes a habit. The brain interprets repetition as something necessary for survival, so it gives it importance, and it ties it to a context. So if you're in a serene place, the context would be that you relax your nervous system. But let's say that this particular place happens to be a place where you had an accident, or you saw an accident, and it changes the whole context. So we're habitual and we respond to context. From now on, be aware of the context. When something good happens, look at the context. When something bad happens, look at the context, and you can then recontextualize by giving new meaning to the context. And creativity and curiosity is what frees you from habits. Then discipline has to follow, because that is the action that you take. So when you wake up in the morning, there's going to be a context that comes from what's called the default mode network, which I'll do a workshop on that. And that default mode network is the part of the brain that is on automatic pilot when you're not paying attention, to take care of you when you're musing or planning or daydreaming. But what happens though is that default mode can pretty much determine how your day's going to be by what you put out. So the first thing to do is become aware that there are habits that were learned, and those habits are always tied to a context. They're never out of context. So look at the context that gives you favorable interpretations and the context of dysfunctional behavior. Be aware of it, take a deep breath, embody how it feels, and then bring creativity, curiosity, and self-discipline to change them. And you have to change them by actively being aware of what's controlling you. So freedom from habits in the prison of context. Enjoy. And now, back to my power walk with creativity.